Hello guys, how are you? Welcome back to Smart Habits. My name is Manuel Fonseca. In today's video, we're gonna see examples or video examples about how to identify a range in a bearish trend. So I'm gonna talk about the definition about this concept, and also we're gonna give you examples in the real market. If you haven't seen the theory video about how to identify a range, I'm gonna leave the video here in the comments box so you can see it, and then you can come here to watch the different examples we're gonna see just to practice.
Perfect, guys. So let's start with explanation of the beginning of a range of a bearish range. Now, here is an example that we had for a bullish range. So we have here the liquidity beginning. So we have here a low, we call swing low and swing high, and then the liquidity is taken, creates a new low, which is the strong low, and then it breaks the structure or the closest high or the swing high with the body of the candle right here, and the price keep pushing up. This new low becomes called the strong low, which means this is the low which will be highly respected by the price because we are imagining that we're in a bullish trend. Now, for the beginning of a range in a bearish trend line is the same. Is the same theory applied, but backwards or downwards. Okay, so imagine the price is supposed that is here consolidating, kind of. Then we have here the next, we have something that is called the swing low is created, or the lowest point of the market at this moment. Then we have this, which is a liquidity grab from the swing high or the highest point that we are, right? Then this liquidity is taken. It could be with a body of a candle or a candle wick, it doesn't matter. And then we have the next, which is a break of structure, boss, right? Once we have this, we could say that this will become our strong high, because we're going to imagine we are in a bearish range or bearish trend. Okay, so this high, this higher high will become our strong high. And what is the meaning of strong high? It means that the price, assuming that we are in a bearish range or in a bearish trend, it will be highly respected, right? Now, as we said before, the liquidity has been taken, and this low, the lowest low of the market from this point will become our break of structure, right? Remember that the break of structure must be with a body of the candle, because if it is just with a candle wick, let's imagine this, assume that this bearish movement is with a candle wick, it means that the price was not strong enough to keep pushing down, but it will just keep pushing up with the bullish trend. And that's not the scenario we just want to portray here, right? So once we got this, we're just gonna follow the price until it gets to the end of the range, which in the end of the range, we will look for the same pattern. I mean, the same pattern, but at the end. It would mean that the price has made a complete range. Okay, so again, they start after we have continuous bearish impulses right here. We start noticing that the price starts consolidating right here, and then we start analyzing the same patterns that we analyzed right here. So we will start assuming that these lows here will become our swing lows, and this high will become our swing high, which means the closest highest point of the current market, right? This is the closest high, and this is the closest low, right? Now we will wait for, again, a liquidity taken or sweep, right, of these lows, and then we will wait for the price or for this high be broken with the body of the candle, right? Something like this. That's it. And then we will have here the end of a range. Okay, this is a brief explanation of these concepts. Remember that there is a full video in which I explain everything about the simple microstructure, because this is simple microstructure, but without the basics, we wouldn't be able to spot the more advanced or complex scenarios that the market shows. Okay, so again, We have here the liquidity sweep. Then we will wait for this break of structure with the body of the candle. We already know that, yes. And now the question is, this low will become or weak low, right? Not a strong low, weak. Why is that? Simple, because we're still in a bearish range, or I mean a bearish trend line, right? What is the meaning of that? The price may go up, right? Right here. But we will count as an end of a range over the or a market shift once the strong high is broken. However, if the price just reacted here in this area or whatever, the price just keep pushing down with the direction of the market, which is bearish. Remember that this is just a huge impulse in a higher time frame. Imagine we were looking at this in 15 minutes. So this is a range in 15 minutes. But this could be a simple impulse in 4 hours, simple retracement, and the continuation of this impulse in 4 hours. So that's why we need to be very picky on understanding what is the real concept of a strong high and a strong low. Sorry, strong high or weak low. I put here weak high, sorry. Right, now, what is the thing we're gonna do in this video? We're gonna look for examples, okay? This type of market structure works for every currency, every pair, cryptocurrency, as forex currencies, and especially and also for futures, okay? The same thing. Now, what's the thing here is that you need to do your own back testing. So you need to select the pair you feel more comfortable with, or the one you want to execute orders, etc. And you need to start back testing this strategy, seeing if this really works in that market, because every market is different, even though they are very similar and the strategy works for all of them. So since being really famous these days about Bitcoin going downwards, we're going to analyze what happened here, right? So we can do the exercise in every time frame. You can do it in 1 hour, 15 minutes, daily, weekly, whatever, right? I'm gonna do it in 4 hours. Why do I do this exercise or in 4 hours time frame? Easy, because the Bitcoin is a high, it has a lot of volatility. Nowadays is actually having great spikes downwards, but in lower time frames, the market will become very complex to analyze. And since this is a basic concept video, I want to make it clear for those who are just starting with these concepts, right? As expert you become on this, you can start understanding more complex patterns and also market structures. But let's start from the beginning. Now, what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna analyze a bullish range example, and then I'm gonna show you a breakout structure or a market shift. Sorry, a market shift. So when the bullish trend changes to a downtrend, which here is very evident, right? But with the theory, and then we're gonna start analyzing how it is consecutively pushing down, or how these concepts start taking sense for our eyes and understanding, right? Now, look, for us, it's very evident to spot this. This is the lowest point of the market, right? And this is the highest point of the market. Perfect. Now, since we already have this, like the market has already provided us this, we're already ready to analyze, right? Now, we're gonna look for the beginning of pattern, which is this is the swing low, like the lowest point of the market, like the current market. So this is the liquidity taken. Perfect. And then we have here the breakout structure, which is right here. Remember that the breakout structure are just made with the body of a candle, nothing else. Sorry, here is that. Right here. Perfect. So, break structure, boss. Now we have the pattern. This is the beginning of a range because we're in a bullish range. This will become our a strong low. Okay, low because we're assuming we're in a bullish trend. Even more. Let's do the next. So at this point of the market, we're bullish, right? Bullish. Everything is bullish. So we will assume that this is the beginning of another bullish impulse, right? And that's what we're gonna assume. Then we're gonna wait for the price to get to a certain point. You could see that all the highs, for example, this will come a weak high, broken with the bottom of the candle, all right? Then we're gonna wait for another break of the candle, perfect. But now you start the price like kind of consolidating, and once the price consolidate, right, like in this example, we can see the next highest point of the market, which was this one, has done liquidity taken right here. And after this liquidity taken, with the body of the candle, break the swing low or the lowest point of the market with a body of the candle, which means this is a if this is the range beginning, this should be the range ending. All right, this is the range ending. Does it mean that the trend line will change? No. The only thing that means this is that the price will go from some liquidity areas here, low, right, in these lows, and then keep pushing up. Why? Because we're in a bullish trend, bullish impulse, bullish trend, correct? So until this moment, we will assume it will keep pushing up. But remember, this is a bearish example. I just want to show you what happened. So look, after this point, it took all the liquidity of the people who were buying here. Remember, Bitcoin was at 120 dollars, $1,000. So people start buying as crazy, right? And that's why it has these huge impulses downwards. The price reacted to this zone, giving certain type of joy for some people who enter late in the market. And what I want to show you is the next. Look, right here, we have a very clear market shift, which means a break, which means this is the change of the trend. So if you already got this information and you were putting orders at Bitcoin, when the price was at, let's say, $100,000, right? You will stop buying because you already realize it will keep pushing down until a certain moment, until a certain point of the market, right? Perfect. But since we are analyzing bearish examples, let's keep pushing with, let's keep watching this. So remember that this high right here was our week high. We were assuming that this was because we were in a bullish trend, this week high will be highly broken, but the market simply has done a market shift, which means that all this bullish range has been breaking by the body of the candle, and now we assume we are in a bearish range, bearish trend. There's many kinds of sometimes I confuse them, right? Here is the break of the structure. Perfect. Now you will say, all right, so now this week high will become our strong high. That's right, because this is the highest point of the market, and this now because we have a market shift, this is not likely to be broken, right? However, this strong high is actually very far for our current price. So we have to update it. And this is something that we saw in the previous video with a bullish range example, but now we're going to see it in a bearish range example. Now we're going to try to find a range beginning in a bearish trend, okay? To continue analyzing range beginning, range ending, beginning, ending, beginning, ending. So this concept gets very clear in our mind, and we know with what piece of the market we're gonna work with. All right. So what happened after the breakout structure is done? We're start analyzing where the new strong high or the new range beginning started. And here it's, I think it's very evident. Sometimes you can see it. The easiest way, and this is how I do, I just pick the most evident highs in the market, right? Like I look for them, I pay attention to them, and then I decide, and then I start analyzing the other pattern. So this is, for example, an evident high will be this one for me, this one, and another evident high for me will be this one right here. Right now, I will start thinking in the patterns that corroborate a correct range beginning. So let's do the exercise with this one. Let's assume that we'll say, oh, this will be all range beginning, right? So do you remember how was the theory, right? So we have a small state of consolidation, right? The single is created, the liquidity taking of the high, and then boss. This is, and this becomes our strong high. Let's analyze if this happened with this. So if you could see, it's not what is happening. There is not previous consolidation after this high, right? So we cannot have this liquidity taken. There is a break of structure of this. There's a clear evident break of structure, but remember that these patterns should be 100% executed. So we are analyzing our price properly. So, okay, this is not our evident high. Okay, perfect. So let's analyze the second one, which is this one. And by the way, in my experience, bearish ranges or trend lines seem to be the most complex to analyze because it has certain not flaws, but are complex to analyze. All right, so look, this is the most evident high, right? You will ask me why you didn't take this green candle right here or this red candle, because this candle wick was higher than them. So this is the evident high. Okay, now we're gonna look for the pattern. Remember, we will find for the small consolidation of the market, and then the liquidity JK, and then boss breakout structure, right? Something like this. Sometimes it's not as clear as that. So if you look to the left right here, we don't see very clear consolidation patterns. But look at the next. We will need to find a higher high. So something that is high of the previous candles or lows before it. So have you spotted? Here it is. This is our swing high, correct? You say, what? Just one candle. Yep. Sorry, it's a little bit difficult to realize, but this is the highest point of the market, right? And then after this high swing high, we have a swing low, which is this low right here. Perfect. This is the swing low. If this is even more curious to see, if imagine when we were executing, this was a bullish range. So when it was a bullish range, right? And we saw the next, which was this, well, okay, here we have this low and then this break of structure. Maybe we could start thinking, okay, we'll keep pushing up, right? Apparently it will keep, but no, you just simply make these patterns. Probably we will expect here will be at the decisive moment, right? Because if the price in this moment keep pushing up, the Bitcoin will keep pushing up for a really while because the range was not broken, but simply boom, break with the structure and change the market shift, right? Perfect. Now, So the swing high was created, then the swing low was created. From the swing low, the liquidity was taken of this high with body of the candle. And then we have to wait for a little while until we find this boss break of structure. Boss break of structure. Perfect. And since this point downwards, we have our new strong high in 4 hours time frame, right? Now, what is the meaning of this? We will keep selling. Simple as that, until the price provides a market shift or change of character. Change of character, no, sorry, change of trend. Okay. Now let's keep continue with the exercise, and now we're gonna find is the range ending. This is the range beginning. Now we're gonna find the range ending. So the price probably reacted here in a daily order block, weekly order block. But what you're gonna start noticing is that the price will keep making retracements and then keep pushing down, right? Now, this low that is here is our weak low. What is the meaning of weak low? Why is it called weak low? Do you remember why is it called weak low? That's right. A weak low in a bearish trend, it's the low that is likely to be broken because we are in a bearish range. So probably you could see this in 4-hour time frames. It looks, let's say, a small retracement, but if you are in 15 minutes, 5 minutes, this is a complete bullish trend. But it will reach to certain liquidity area, order block area, or any supply zone, and then the price will keep going down, right? Like in this case, reacted right here, reacted to this imbalance, and then make a break of structure, and we're gonna keep waiting. All right, now how interesting. You will say, hey Manuel, look, the price has get to our strong high, and look, it break it with a candle wick. Does it mean the price will make is now bullish, or is this a market shift? It's not a market shift yet. We will wait for the price to break this high with a body of the candle, right? With a body of the candle. And once we got this with a body of the candle, then we could say it is a market shift. For now on, it's just simply a liquidity ticket, right? It happens very often, right? So we're gonna wait for the price to make here probably a break of the structure with a body of the candle, and then we will change our shape for bullish trend again. But currently we're in a bearish trend. Let's keep seeing more examples. Let me check the micro is working. Now look how interesting this is. All of this, we call it inner structure. And the inner structure is made for confuse us, as simple as that, right? When the price get to this point, people start buying again, right? Now it will keep pushing up. The price is just recovering itself. But not at all. Look, it gets to this, took the liquidity of this high, break the structure again, and then it apparently is pushing down. But let's see what happened. Boom. All right. Now we have confirmed that it's still a bearish trend. What are we gonna keep doing? Again, we're gonna keep looking for range beginning and range ending. And by the way, I'm so sorry, we didn't analyze the range ending in this example. So range ending, we will find our swing low, which is the lowest point of the market at that moment, and then we want to wait for the swing high, which is this point right here, correct? Now, what are we gonna do? From the swing low, the liquidity is taking with above the candle, perfect. Liquidity sweep, normal. We're in a bearish trend in this example, in this scenario, we're analyzing. And then we will have here a breakup structure with a boss. Okay, this is something I should have done before. Keep explaining all of this. So apparently, until this point, we have a very piece of market to work with. Then we waited for the price to get to this area, and then boom, breakup structure. Now, same example, same exercise. Question, my friends, what should be the new strong high? Because remember that once the price has been broken, right, with the body of the candle, the whole range, right, it means that we have a market shift or a continuation of a bearish impulse, which is in this case, right? This week low making coherence at its name was the weak one and was broken. Now it becomes breakup structure. And now let's try to analyze what is the new strong high, okay, for a bearish trend. So as I said before, let's try to spot the most evident highs, right? So here we have one, which is this one, and we're gonna try to find the second one, which I think will be this one as well. All right, let's put this thing here. Perfect. All right, I think I'm gonna give you 1 minute just to analyze the patterns, just to see. Use your brain in this moment. It's not that you're not using it. Just use your brain, your eyes, your memory to see if this small pattern applies to this one and to this one. I'm gonna give you just 1 minute to analyze it. Go ahead. Right. If your answer was it actually has the pattern in both highs right here and this one, I have to congratulate you. You have spot properly, or you're just interiorizing, masterizing these concepts. So let's see. We have this high here, and this is a liquidity taking. You say, really, Manuel? Why is that? Let's zoom up a little bit. Let's zoom up. Do you see the liquidity taking here? Super, super fine, super delicate to spot, but it is. So this could be, or oh no, wait, this is just a high. Now, because this is the swing high, and now we're gonna have to find the swing low, lowest point of the market. It could be this one, it could be this one as well, or it could be even this one, right? I will take this one. We're gonna see further examples or further, because here's where the question starts rising. Why did you select this one and not the closest one, or this one, which is the previous one? For the sake of this exercise, I'm just gonna keep with this, but if you have further questions, don't definitely write them to me. Now we have this, a break structure. Why? From the swing low, the liquidity is taken, perfect, and then we have a break structure with the bottom of the candle. Beautiful, right? So now we can confirm that this is a strong high. Yep, it is a strong high. Perfect. Which will mean that this is the new range beginning. Yes, you follow me, right? Perfect in this. Now, at this high, does it complete? I mean, does it follows the same pattern? It does. Look, liquidity taken in this high, swing high is created, and then the swing low is created right here. Now, again, the swing low, the swing high, the liquidity of the swing high is broken with a body of the candle or a candle wick. Yes, perfect. Oh well, this is well, this. Perfect. And then we have here the boss breakup structure, right? With the body of the candle. So we could say, well, both this one and this one confirms or strong high patterns. So what it does, what it would mean? Should we take the first one or the second one? Yeah, if you say the first one, you're right. We have to work with the closest to the current market. which is this one. All right, so let's keep analyzing. Now we're gonna try to find another end of a range. Okay, we're gonna do three or two more examples, and then with this will be enough for this video. Okay, so this is something I didn't explain in the previous range example, but we're gonna analyze it next. This is our string low right here. We know this is the string low. Yes, do we know that? Yes, we know. Perfect. String low. And now we're gonna spot the string high. Liquidity. Perfect. This would be our string high right here. Now this is a question I want to make to you. Definitely this will be this wick here, this low here will be our wick low. Yeah, we do know that, right? But I want to ask you a question. In this scenario you're watching right now, do we have an end of a range? Do we have an end of a range? Not yet. Not yet. We have half of it. What do we need for this scenario? Have the beginning of a range and the end of a range. You're completely right. We will need a break of the structure of this high because this is the string high. And remember, the string high is string low is created and string high is created. Then the liquidity of the string low is taken, and then we will wait for a break of the structure, which is not already made, which means it's not yet a range ending. Okay, and it means that the price could get to this area or to these imbalances or this order block and keep pushing down. That's the meaning. That's what it means, right? This is just market, inner market structure. So look, it reacted. So as I said before, look, it reacted to this imbalance right here. And now it's reacting to this order block. Let's see what happens. Question. Oh gosh. I didn't want it to make this that evident, but let's see. When I said question, I wanted to ask you, is this a break of, is this a market shift, or is this a break of the wick low, the break of structure? Yeah, it is. With a body of a candle. Perfect. Definitely, here is much more evident. All right. Last example. We're gonna try to spot. So in this example, that we saw, there was not any range ending, right? The price simply pushed up to certain zones in the area, in the range, in the bearish range, and keep pushing down. Simple. Perfect. Let's now do the same exercise. This wick low becomes our break of structure again. Boss. Oh gosh. Boss. Nice. Perfect. Now, let's analyze. Let's try to find the most evident highs, because now we're gonna find our strong high again. It's interesting. We have here three, 1, 2, 3. For the sake of the time of this video, I'm just gonna analyze 2. This will be the first one I want to analyze, and this will be the second one. And well, I have a little bit of water, you will analyze it on your own and let me know what is the correct one. In this case, I will analyze just the correct one, not the fake one. All right, 30 seconds. All right, well, answers. This is what is the fake one? Number 1 or number 2? Oh, sorry, number 1 or number 2? Yeah, number 1. Why? Here is a very clear break of structure. Sorry, here is a very clear break of structure, but there is no swing high. So pattern is not that clear. Gotcha. You just put that. Congratulations. You're taking these concepts very, very clear in your mind. Now, let's keep moving. Analyzing swing high right here. Perfect. Swing high is created. Then we have the swing low. Perfect. Right here. This is the swing low. Boom. Swing high is created. The liquidity is taken. Yes, it is. It's taken. Perfect. And then we have this swing low, which the liquidity is also taken. Yeah, with a body of or is breaking with a body of the candle. You already know that. Boss break of structure. Done it. And now this high will become or strong high. Perfect. Yeah, and now we're gonna do the same exercise, which is look the end of the range. And with this, we will have finished this video. So far until this moment, this high, this low will become or weak low. Now, question: can you spot there at the swing low or the liquidity taken? Yeah, this one. You see, we're gonna get more advanced. Bitcoin has provided us nice structures to explain this video. So look, this low is the swing low. You see it? You spot it. You can't watch it. Yeah. Perfect. And then we will wait for the swing high, which is right here. Look at it, right here. Is question, do we have a range ending so far in this current example or scenario? Correct. No. No yet. We need to break the structure of this high. Let's see what happens. Was not broken. It was not broken. And what happened with that? We just need to keep updating the lows until we find the end of the range. Boom, right here. It's the new week high, week low. This liquidity, this low is this one. The string low is here, and now we're gonna wait for this high become our breakout structure. This is actually how you currently keep updating your range and you let's say the range you're working with, right? It was broken again. It was broken again, my friends. It was broken. So it means that the trend line is extremely bearish, right? So I think many people start losing lots of money in Bitcoin, unfortunately. Anyway, it's how the market works, right? Perfect. Again, same story. So so far, before this, I think I updated very fast, but I shouldn't have done that. But look, right here, if we keep updating the wick low right here, boom, this will be the again the liquidity taking the swing low right here. I think as the more you see this, the clearer it gets to your brain and mind, right? And now we will wait here. This will be our possible boss. And look how interesting. Let me check. Was it broken with whatever candle? I don't know. Nope, it was not. It was not, right? It will keep pushing down. You will keep asking me, hey, Manuel, but look how far is the strong high. Yeah. Can we change that? As I said, as the more that we get into the market, more complex scenarios we start realizing. And so far, until we do not find a proper ending of a range, we cannot update our strong high. We cannot update it because we need a very clear and evident end of a range so we can update this strong high. And also remember that we are in a in a 4-hour time frames, which means it's a very big time frame. Probably in lower time frames, 50 minutes, 1 hour, 5 minutes, definitely you will see their range endings, but in that time frame, right? All right, guys. So with this, I think we're gonna finish. Oh, this is currently where the price actually is now. And want to know something? All right. Well, before I let you know that, this is the end of the video, right? We have already analyzed Bitcoin from its all high time, right? I don't know, sorry, all high time, all, oh my gosh, forget it and forgive me. Anyway, so we have analyzed the Bitcoin, the, let's say, the how did the Bitcoin go down, right? From its beginning to the current moment right now. Um, Following the concept of analyzing and finding the range beginning in a bearish range. Okay. Now, if you stick to the whole video, I can ask you just a small favor. Follow me, my social media, my friends, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. I will keep posting this video, showing you my strategy, how it works. What I want to do is build a community and showing you my process, right? Still on my path to becoming a 100% professional trader. I am just a normal person. As a profession, I am a teacher. If you like the way I teach, please let me know that in the comments. But anyway, just pursuing my goals of just doing the best of my life. Simple as that, right? As I think you are doing as well. And I just put in here my knowledge, what I know I can teach other people, and that will be actually very useful. Right now, my moment is just in this moment, I'm just building a community. So if you want to be part of it, go join to it. I will post in lots of value for most of you. And if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, share, and stay, just activate the notifications so you can follow more of my videos. Okay. Now, look how interesting. Just with this concept of a strong high and strong low, I have changed the time frame to a weekly time frame in bullish in the Bitcoin, right? Weekly. So a lot of weeks, right? Can you see here the beginning of a range and the end of a range? Can you? I bet you can. Let's do the next. Liquidity taken. Perfect. Breakup structure. Ah, no, sorry, the breakup structure is right here. Breakup structure. Excellent. And the same story we have here. Liquidity taken. And then breakup structure. Perfect. Now, question, my friends. In a weekly time frame, weekly, is the Bitcoin bullish or bearish? Bullish. That's right. We are bullish in Bitcoin. So you say, holy moly, how is that possible? It's because retail traders or people who are putting money in Bitcoin for FOMO because they're thinking they're losing the opportunity, they're just losing actually money. But the real traders, the inside traders, institutions, right, people who follow this stuff, they know that Bitcoin will keep pushing up, right? Why? Remember, just with this explanation of the theory, the price has got to this point, a reaction, an order block, you know that. And if you don't, watch my video, please. And now the price keeps simply pushing up to continue its bullish trend, which has been doing it since it was created, or it could be an even strong or harder retracement, probably monthly retracement, and it could just simply going down, break up the structure with the bottom of the candle. And if in weekly, if I see a weekly break up structure market shift, in Bitcoin, well, then I would say Bitcoin is bearish. So far, it's not. Anyway, this is all for today's video, guys. We're just gonna have to keep updated. I don't know. Probably the price keep pushing down. I know, and we don't know. But what we do not, what we know is that we have to work what we already have in mind, and this is what I want you to have. See you in the next video, my friends. Bye bye.